Hello. In this video, I will try to demonstrate the flexibility of EasyRec. And to do that, I will do the reconciliation of an XML file versus a CSV file. So I have a folder where I have prepared two files, one CSV, one XML. So the first thing to do is to play with the data. So I mean by play, to see if you can read successfully the content of the CSV and read successfully as well the content of the XML. So let's start with the most simple file to read is the CSV file. So I've started the Tools Query Tester menu here. So I will select the alias for CSV and just do drag and drop of the CSV into this panel. The system has automatically generated two SQL queries for me. One first SQL query without any titles and a second SQL query just in case the CSV has no titles. A second query with some titles. So you are free to define the titles that you want. So I run the first query. I see that I already have a title, a header in the CSV, so I don't need actually the second query, so I will just delete it. So I have my query, but knowing that the CSV is a text file, so this is my CSV, everything is text, nothing is defined like type as number, so everything is read as text. So as you can see, this column as well are aligned on the left. Also, there is a tooltip saying that this is a string. What I would like to do is to retrieve numbers as numbers and also this column, which is a date, as dates. So I will use this plugin format wizard and I will say, so actually the title and also the first line have been transposed vertically here. This is what you can see, the titles and the first line. The system has automatically kind of detected what could be candidates for the types, but actually this is a mistake. This looks like a double, but this is the date. So I will say that this is the date. And now it's suggesting that the format is this one, year, month, day. I am happy with this. It's okay. However, this should be a double and this should be a double as well. So I'll just check the configuration. I'm happy. Seems to work. So I'll copy this query, replace the original query with the suggested query. And if I execute this new query again, I'm now able to retrieve the date as dates and the number as numbers. So I'm happy with this. So I'll create a new tab and do the same exercise for the XML. So I have my XML file, this one, and I would like to loop on the label and to retrieve the price, the evaluation mode, and other parameters which are before the values. So I will take the XML file and do drag and drop and the panel. The system is showing that you selected this file and also showing a very interesting option with a threshold, which is defined in percentage, to help you to identify which segments should be used as the root segment, the main segment, in order to perform loops in the file. So this is exactly what I want. I want to perform loop on these nodes, the BDPR label. And this is exactly what has been selected here. So based on the threshold, so when you modify the threshold, it's changing the selection of the segments. I'm happy with this. So I validate the XML and the query has been automatically generated for me. So here you can see again what was the main segments, and all the data retrieved from the XML are retrieved using a relative path according to this segment. So if I execute the query, I can see that I already have the contents of my XML. Perfect. But it's the same issue than before. This is retrieved as text, and I want to convert this as a date and convert this as number. So I will do the same exercise. I go here and I click this is a date, this is a number, and also this one is a number. So I just check the config, seems okay. I copy all. I delete everything from the main query. I paste the suggested query. I run again. I'm able to read successfully the content of the XML, and I'm able also to convert the date as date and the numeric field as doubled, as numeric. So I'm happy with my CSV query and as well with my XML query. So now I can start. So I just copy the CSV query and I will start building a new reconciliation. So compare tables. Are you retrieving data from the same data source or different data source? In my case, it's XML versus CSV, so it is definitely different data sources. So the first source will be my CSV, and the target will be XML. So I'm selecting XML read. Then I'm going to create a new template. So I paste on the source query the query that should be performed on the CSV, and the query to be performed on the XML, I put it in the targets. I increase a little bit the complexity of this exercise by manually updating the column in the CSV. So if I click on key columns, you see that you don't have exactly the same naming convention for the header. The source column names don't match target column names. Only few of them match. So what I will do, I will go to Tools, Evaluate Column Correspondence. This will calculate some stats, some score, and is suggesting a new extraction for the. I have here copy and paste the new query. So I click again on key columns, and now it's better, it's matching. So I will compute some statistics, ask the system to highlight what are the candidates for key columns and what are the candidates for columns to be ignored. Right now, based on this threshold, the system is saying that this is the best key columns identified so far. So I will tick on this one and just go with this suggestion. So I save this, I will override test. And test template is selected, so I will click on reconcile. So right now, I can read the content of the CSV here. I read the content of the XML also here. If I click on statistics, I can see that I have 98% match and 1% unmatch. And the breaks are related to this column. If I click on break details, I see the list of all the discrepancies. Things interesting is that most of the discrepancies are quite small, except few cases. So what we can do is introduce a tolerance. So this break is related to this column. So what I will do, adjust tolerance. Tolerance can be relative percentage. In this case, I will put a tolerance of 0.05%. Click on OK. And now I can see only the major differences. So what we can do is focus only on the unmatched. So don't display the match. I can see that I have only two differences between the XML, or two main differences between the XML and the CSV. So that's it. Thank you.